What's up YouTube, Capital G here, looking at an awesome new Link support card coming out in Flames of Destruction. This is a quick play spell called Bound Link, and it's a hard once per turn that says target one Link monster you control or have in your graveyard, return it to your extra deck, and if you do, draw a number of cards equal to its Link rating, then return a number of cards from your hand to the bottom of your deck in any order equal to the number of cards you drew. So this is basically a Skull Deed effect, but it's built in a quick play, and at first I kind of thought like, okay, well, what does that really matter? It's not really, something that's all that good. It's just a neg 1. But then I started thinking about it more and more, and I was like, wait a minute, I think this card just has like an insane amount of utility. And to be honest, I think this card was like very, very close to being incredibly broken, even though it's a hard once per turn. The fact that this card is a quick play makes so much of a difference and makes this card so much better in my opinion. I'm actually surprised that it's a quick play because it means that, number one, it gives you the potential of drawing cards on your opponent's turn, and you can draw hand traps, which obviously can be effective during your opponent's turn. If you draw something like a Maxi, if you draw something like an Ash Blossom, I mean, that can actually be the difference between you winning and losing a duel. Number two, it doesn't even make you use a monster on the field, which is even more important because let's say your opponent uses mash removal, they dark hole your dude or something like that, you still have the possibility of sending cards back during like their end phase, fixing your hand so that you can pop off on them next turn. You can dodge targeting with this. I mean, basically, unless your opponent actually banishes the monster, or unless your opponent spins it, and if they even try to spin it or return it to your extra deck, you could still chain this as well. So it'd have to be like some type of Madoche, I don't know, it'd have to be like some type of Madoche Tiramisu, like non-targeting spinning or something like that for it to dodge this. And it just seems really good, especially when I think of this in the context of like Link 3s and 4s. Keep in mind that cards like, Scapegoat and Venus and Gofu, those are like one card Link 3s. Those are like one card Link 4s. So getting Link 4s out, getting Link 3s out is not the most difficult thing to do, and I could kind of see you using this in like hyperlink decks, right? Because hyperlink decks can obviously link spam incredibly well. Imagine if you had, I don't know, maybe like a Firewall Dragon, somehow your play wasn't going to go off, but imagine being able to draw like a Soul Charge off this. You give up your Firewall Dragon, or you give up your Skull Deed, you know that card isn't going to progress your game state all that much. You fix your hand, you end up drawing like a Soul Charge or something even more powerful that can facilitate you being able to, make your perfect board or something like that. I mean, I think that might be worth it if I get to, open with a Gofu and then turn that into a Deco Talker or a Gaia, trade that in and then get the perfect card off of like the top of my deck. Yeah, it is still a neg 1, I get that, but the fact that they built so much utility into this card doesn't have to use a card from the field. It can dodge targeting, it can dodge destruction, it's a quick play, it lets you draw hand traps during your opponent's turns. Like, there's a lot of good in this card, and if you're running kind of a hyperlink deck where playing the grind game, playing past turn 2 is not your deck's forte, it really doesn't matter, I think maybe you could possibly use this card. So you guys let me know what you think of this card. Again, at first I thought it was like pretty mediocre. Then I started opening up my mind and I was like, man, I think this card's actually pretty decent. Whatever you guys think, leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already. Turn on that notification bell for daily videos.